Minimalism. A way of living where everything feels arbitrary and trivial. Is trivial the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, trivial. A little value or importance. That's it. Why not instead opt out for a big open white room? Because having an identity is overrated. In all seriousness, I just moved furniture around. This is my couch. But I just moved it so it looked more open. Yeah. Anyways, that's not really what this video is about. This video is about a game called Katamari Damacy Reroll for the Nintendo Switch. Now, a few weeks back, I did a 1-minute review on Red Dead Redemption 2, and when I did that review, I made the really poor choice of eating a spoonful of Marmite and gummy bears to kind of like heighten the anxiety of the video. I think it worked in some ways, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. But today, I think I want to do another one of those videos, but instead of doing a minute and eating Marmite and gummy bears, I'm just gonna do a 2-minute review on Katamari Damacy Reroll and not put myself through any unnecessary discomfort for it. Sorry. And for this video, the timer will be represented by a little Pee-wee Prince rolling his Katamari ball across the screen. When that's done, the 2 minutes will be up. But in the meantime, I'm starting a timer. So, Pee-wee Prince, on my go. Go. Okay, 2 minutes. So the reason why I was talking about not owning a lot or owning minimalism earlier is because Katamari Damacy is like the most cathartic game anybody can possibly play who tries not to own a lot, because the game is simply just about collecting stuff. And I mean a lot of stuff. So if I wrap this up, or if I get this right, it is essentially about the king of Cosmos, who's a very flamboyant, has a giant head and a beautiful body, ends up destroying the stars and moons and other things, and it is up to you, the prince, as he refers to as the Pee-wee Prince, to take this ball known as a Katamari and roll up as many items as you can, and then as you roll it up, the ball gets bigger and you collect bigger items, and then he takes those balls and turns them into stars, and it eventually gets to the point where you start collecting moons and you can like roll up giant buildings and people. The game is so wonderfully chaotic and bizarre, but most importantly, easy going. It just was the most wonderful game for me to play on the holiday break, to literally roll through that week. I just felt very calm. I was having a good time. It's funny, but it's funny in like a weird, just Japanese kind of way. Where am I? How much more do I have to go? Where are you at, ball? Anyways, nonetheless, its soundtrack is charming. The way the look of the game is charming. Oh, and I almost forgot, it's a remake. It's based off of a game that came out on the PS2, I think in 2001. I could be wrong. But I'm really happy it's come to the Switch because it feels wonderfully at home. It feels perfect as something you should be able to take on the go and just play at your leisure. It's not a huge commitment, and a lot of the levels don't last longer than 10 minutes. In fact, some of the earlier levels just only go for a few minutes. And it's just the perfect thing to pick up and go and leave it. Am I good? Am I still on time? Oh, 2 seconds left. Sweet. All right, well, really, that's it. I really highly recommend it for people who just want to have an unusually good, leisurely experience. And for the $30 price tag, I'm still playing it 2 weeks after I bought it, in between playing other games, so yeah. Okay, now it's question time. Question time. Okay, so I'm gonna answer 2 questions today, because they're both quick. One is from Kappa Kipo TV, and they ask, do you like carpets? The answer is no, I don't like carpets because that involves vacuuming. And vacuuming is annoying, and carpets get stained, they're harder to clean. No, not a fan. Hardwoods all the way. Which, as you can tell, hardwoods. Yeah. And then the next question is from Mathan Rizzle, and they ask, how long is your editing process? This differs tremendously based on what it is I'm editing. If I'm editing something like a YouTube video, it can be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, depending on what it is. For example, last Friday's video, my review of Bandersnatch, that one took a little longer for me. I want to say somewhere around like 4 to 5 hours, because the intro and outro is a little bit more involved than I'm used to doing, because I was actually trying to emulate some of the effects that are used in Bandersnatch. But for the most part, I'm pretty proficient, and I'm also I would like to say that I'm pretty quick at editing. That's a really important quality to have as a video editor, so I try not to be too obsessive depending on what it is I'm working on, whether it's client work or my own work. And also, just really quickly, I want to mention that I've been blogging a lot recently. I used to blog a lot more back in the day and have kind of dipped off, but recently I've been picking it back up, and I've wrote a few things over the past few days, so if you'd like to read that, go check it out in the description. One of my most recent posts is kind of like a double review on the game Oxenfree and Hellblade, two games I kind of slept on the year they came out, but recently just binged over an entire weekend, so if you'd like to know my thoughts on those, that's there, among many other posts and things and rambles and so forth and blah, 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 blah. I'm Kurt Indovina. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Feel free to say hello on anything. Social media, comments, whatever. I love talking and chatting with people about stuff. So, okay. Bye.